Report, Health Ministry concerned with the future of the homeless post-COVID-19, and FIFA COVID-19 Relief Fund must benefit all players, demands Kahiriri.
The Secretary General of the Namibian Employers Federation says that the organization is taking legal action against the government as it was forced to comply with the state of emergency directives, which makes retrenchments illegal during the COVID-19 period, which as a result has caused financial losses and damages to NEF members and employers in general. Today on One spoke to Dan Strauss, the Secretary General of the NEF, where he expressed the organization's disappointment with some of the actions and directives taken by the Labour Ministry. Strauss also called for the opening of the economy as a solution to curb the financial impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic on employers.
We feel that these negotiations have now come to a dead end. The directives have been published. Many employers find themselves now outside of the law. In other words, they can be litigated against, they can be taken to court by unions or workers or government or what the case may be. And that's why we saw litigation in this case as the only way out. And we are initiating that process today. The great fear is now that many businesses won't be able to avoid total closure by the end of May. So by the end of May, we need to sort this out because people just won't have money. Businesses won't have money. There's been no income. There's not a tourist in the country. The borders are closed. We will have to move out of lockdown relatively soon. Otherwise, we won't be able to recover the economy. The forecasts are gloomy. It's really troublesome. Also those of the rest of the SADC countries, all South Africa in particular, very many job losses. So the only real solution here is to open up the economy again so that we can start putting money in motion, to open up the borders responsibly then. But we need to start making business again, and we need to start making business soon.
The Ministry of Labour recently said that during the period of the lockdown, no employer can terminate the contract of an employee as this is a violation of the labour law and such an employer could be subjected to a penalty. Today on One met up with the President of the Trade Union Congress of Namibia, who has called for dialogue between the employees, employers and the Labour Ministry to find an amicable solution.
Instead of the employers fighting for retrenchment of workers, let the employer now come and team up with the workers. Let them come and team up with the workers so that the government can subsidize or give free of charge during this COVID-19 water and electricity to both business and work, and citizen. We are demanding now from them, instead of wasting time of wanting to unilaterally change working conditions and what, let's now team up as a labor movement, confront the Ministry of Local Government and Housing and the Ministry of Energy for them to talk to municipality, for the municipality to give free water and free electricity, so that they can reduce their tariffs, to give free water and electricity. And of course, if that happens, if the government subsidizes that, of course, the costs on service and other utilities of business will be reduced. And the costs on these services, municipal services, for workers and others will be reduced. And as a result of that one, we can meet each other halfway. So let us not waste time. There are many ways that we can, as employer federation and trade union, can team up and we confront this system in that manner.
According to the Labour Ministry, so far a total of 10 companies have retrenched over 500 employees due to reasons related to COVID-19 from the period of the 27th of March to the 27th of April 2020. These retrenchments were reported in the Khomas, Irongo and Hardap regions.
It's not like it used to be. We all used to share tafel with our friends and family. Something has come and made those spirits so much harder to lift. But we have hope. We see the Namibian spirit in a nation working together from a distance to make a better country. We can't wait for this to pay off. And when it does, we'll be excited to bring the smooth taste of Namibia's finest to people who have truly earned it. Tafel made of Namibia.
The Ministry of Health and Social Services and partners have made provision for over 400 persons in need of shelter to be housed at the Khomasdal Soccer Stadium and the Katutura Youth Complex for the duration of the state of emergency period. The ministry is also in consultation with stakeholders on reintegrating the homeless back into society by the end of September 2020. The ministry is, however, appealing to its stakeholders to assist in providing permanent shelter for the homeless, as it does not plan to put the homeless back onto the streets. Social workers with the ministry say it has done what it can by providing psychosocial support, which is intended to equip persons in need of shelter with skills that will enable them to sustain themselves once reintegrated into society.
The ministry is not intending on putting these people back into the streets, but the ministry has availed the psychosocial team. The psychosocial team reinforces on behavior change. For these residents to have a paradigm shift, not to depend on anyone or on government, but to be self-sustainable. So we are working tirelessly and with determination to help these people to be supported mentally and to provide this psychosocial support.
Yes, stakeholders has come on board, as I've said already. City of Windhoek has come on board. Ministry of Urban and Rural Development is part of our stakeholders. The Office of the Khomas Regional Council, Office of the Governor has come on board. We are in consultation. We cannot right now say there is a land available for persons in need of shelter. There is houses available for people in need of shelter right now. But we are in the process of consulting all the stakeholders to, at the end of the day, come up with a proper structure, a proper answer, which we can say, this is what has come up. Because the state of emergency is up till September. So why it is up till September is also for us to consult one another and to come up with proper answers and to see where we can place these people at the end of the day. But our main aim is to reintegrate these people back to the society and back to the families. And for those who does not have families, we want them to be employed at the end of the day. That's why we are asking the public at large, for them who knows how to train these people on skills training, ones who knows where these people can be employed, to come on board so that we can hold hands, because Ministry of Health and Social Services cannot do this alone.
Homeless people at the Katutura Soccer Stadium say they are grateful for the shelter provided to them by government. They, however, request for a permanent shelter post-COVID-19.
I can say luckily COVID-19 break out. That is for the benefit for, I think, us the homeless people. So homelessness is like, as I heard, government don't want no more homeless people around, and they want to eliminate homelessness. So I think this is the right opportunity for us to address also that we want to eliminate also homelessness. We don't want to be no more on the streets and stuff, because it is a humiliation to ourselves, our country, as well as the whole of the world. Because Namibia is such a rich country with so many minerals and money and stuff, gold and diamonds, and we are such a small population. what makes the government to not adhere to the plight of eliminating homelessness, because homelessness for such a small country, it is a shame.
It's very good for me because it's not like the street that we were staying in town, because we were staying in streets in town. It's better because we are getting food, we are having free water. The only problem we have is electricity, but we are not getting hungry. We are having water, we are having food, we are healthy. We are not drinking alcohol. The only thing that we are doing is we are smoking cigarettes because we are smokers. It's very difficult for everyone to stop cigarettes because we have to smoke. But the only problem we are having is a place to stay. Because how many years must we stay in streets? We have to get our proper place.
According to the ministry's social workers, all 476 people in need of shelter have been screened for the virus, with no cases to date.
Hello and welcome to Sport Africa.
The BBC's new weekly show will explore the big sporting issues and questions, like why Africans aren't winning medals in the pool.
I just think it's their mindset.
Meeting established and rising stars.
I could be the Nigerian first Grand Slam winner.
And at the heart of it will be you, the fans, with your passion, your opinions, your stories, and even tests of your sporting knowledge. Go beyond the game with BBC Sport Africa.
FIFA recently announced that they will be availing a total of $150 million COVID-19 relief funds to its member football associations to help handle financial troubles caused by the coronavirus. According to local reports, the president of the Namibia Football Association said that the umbrella body, the Namibia Premier League, will not be considered as a beneficiary to the relief funds, as it is still under suspension. Labour and sports consultant Olsen Kahiriri is strongly demanding for the players to benefit from the funds. In an interview with Today on One Sports, the former Secretary General of the Namibia Football Players Union NAFPU has demanded that the football players who are currently suffering due to the infighting between the Namibia Football Association and the Namibia Premier League must benefit from the COVID-19 relief fund to be availed by the highest global football governing body, FIFA.
To come to the point that the financial assistant could sometimes would not be reaching the desired beneficiaries, which is NPL and its members, which are the players, first division, second division, and the women's league. We must also understand that the small divisions must not be taken as light, because they need more assistance than the self-reliance ones, because their administration is below par and they need to be assisted the most. And they also have the biggest pool of players compared to the MPL. If the thinking of the NFA president is that of not availing funds to the MPL due to the political differences and the suspensions that they have, I think it's not a good sign of leadership, because I would have thought the differences that is between the association has nothing to do with the desired beneficiaries, which are the players. So I'm warning the Football Association leadership currently that they must stop discriminating players, and they must not use players to gain their political fights. If money is available, let the right stakeholder benefit from it.
He also challenged the Namibia Football Association and the Namibia Premier League members to sort out their differences, alluding to a statement made by the NFA president in a recent local sports program, quoted as saying that the Namibia Premier League will not benefit from the relief funds as they are on suspension.
I don't want to see this money ending up in administrators' pockets, leadership pockets, because this is a syndrome that has brought the downfall of the association for years. And most of the previous presidents have been publicly challenged on these aspects. I do not agree with the NFA or hiding behind the aspect of the MPL being suspended and not availing funds to that respective constituency. I would understand that if they say they are maybe obliged to give money to members. Members being the referee association, the MPL, maybe they would say the share that should go to the MPL itself, we won't avail that. But yet, if they have good leadership, they should say the MPL share is in our bank account, would only be able to avail it once the MPL's dispute and the NFA's dispute is resolved. That's good leadership.
The Namibia Football Association President Ranga Haikali telephonically confirmed that FIFA has availed funds to assist associations during this pandemic. He also stated that he has submitted the relevant information needed to FIFA and that he does not have information on how much will be made available to the local association. According to media reports, each national governing body will receive $500,000, which amounts to around 9 million Namibia dollars, and funds would normally be delivered upon fulfillment of specific criteria according to FIFA.
Akili, this is Akili. She has a secret. Tell us. When the sun goes down, Akili goes to sleep, and she enters a world where all the animals speak. Akili, but there is something strange about this magic land. The animals speak English, which she doesn't understand, but if you help her out, we know it can be done. Akili can learn English and it will be fun. Akili!
In other leading stories, the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism undertook an operation which was led by the Director of Park and Wildlife to successfully capture 2 problem-causing sub-adult male lions that have been killing cattle on farms west of Kardum National Park in the Kavango East region. The ministry has so far on record 4 cattle killed and 1 horse injured by the lions. They are still consulting farmers in those areas to verify whether there is other livestock that were killed by the lions. A ground team was dispatched a week ago prior to the capture exercise to trace the lions, but without success due to the thickness of vegetation in the area. They were, however, able to locate the lions from the satellite collar, which is on one of them. The lions have been on farmland for at least 2 weeks, and farmers were kept up to date on their movements until they were captured. The lions were translocated to the northeast corner of Buabwata National Park, far away from communities or human settlements. The area has a lot of prey species such as kudu, buffaloes, impala, etc. The ministry also collared the second lion during the capturing process and believes that with these measures put in place, the lions are less likely to cause problems for people. And Bank Windhoek's Otjiwarongo branch, in partnership with the town's municipality, handed over around 160 essential food parcels to the Otjiwarongo Multipurpose Help Centre. The centre distributed the donations to the town's less fortunate, especially the elderly and street children who are impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Established in 2003, the Ochivarongo Multipurpose Help Centre is a non-profit organisation that tends to the needs of the less fortunate. The centre offers meals to the homeless, elderly, street children and people without a means of catering to the needs of their families. Aimed at improving community life, the Ochivarongo Multipurpose Help Centre also offers various programs such as home-based care, counselling and assisting people living with HIV/AIDS amongst others.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of comments from the hottest social media pages. The Ministry of Works and Transport's decision to increase the public transport fare by 15% overnight might be a welcome relief for many taxi drivers, but passengers are left wondering how they will afford the new fare during the second stage of the COVID-19 period. Evelyn said this was not a smart decision by government, as it did not consider those that lost jobs. France said the government should also consider increasing salaries, as there is no money to pay for taxi fare. Dantani is baffled by the fact that fuel prices have decreased due to COVID-19, whilst taxi fare increases. Able advised passengers to go on strike as they too do not have money. In a recent interview with Planet Michaels, a local reality TV show on the One Africa TV, the team spoke to COVID-19 patient case number 5 on his journey to recovery. Palace said government should be applauded because Namibia is the only country that is recording recoveries and no increases in COVID-19 infections. Manike asked if the survivor felt any discomfort and pain on his journey to recovery and the type of medication he received to get better. He and the survivor responded, stating that the only pain he felt was chest pain and headaches. He also clarified that there is no medication for the virus, as they only treat the symptoms. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today on One.
From Cape to Cairo, Accra to Antananarivo, there are millions of people just like you trying to make a living to make money. And there's no magic way to get rich quick, unless you're Aliko Dangote. You're not Aliko Dangote, are you? No? Well, perhaps we can help you get a little further along the way. With BBC reporters all over Africa, we find the stories, the successes, and the startups that will help you make the most of your money. This is Smart Money.
By 2050, Africa's cities are projected to exceed 1.3 billion people, double the continent's population today. Properly managed, this population increase offers a unique development opportunity. Without the right tools and plans, this great swell of people could prove a demographic disaster, and instead of being poles of prosperity, Africa's cities would be sites of despair.
A look at the weather forecast. The Namibia interior, partly cloudy and warm to hot. It will be windy over the interior. The coast, partly cloudy and warm with fog patches at first, and the wind light to moderate southwesterly. Now a look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.